Let's start today. Are y'all ready? It's the last day. We got a lot of giveaways still to come. Number one thing, to y'all, I know that's all you're expecting, right? And lunch. But this is our last day. There's either a lot of people hungover or something's going on here. I don't know. I don't know what happened last night, but some party I wasn't invited to apparently because it seems to be very thin today. But here's the deal. Today is the last day of our convention, our national convention, redefining an industry. And today's day is all about property and casualty, which we'll call the service end of our business. So we talk about property and casualty, and I actually hate saying property and casualty because it just sounds so dumb. Let's talk about property and casualty. We're talking about auto and home insurance. It's commercial, right? Auto home commercial. It's really what it is. Call it what it is. And today we're going to go through a lot of how-tos and, of course, carrier information that'll help you be successful in this business. Now, to give you some thoughts about what I believe about this business, I don't believe that the property and casualty business is going to be your home run, knock it out of the park, right away business. I know that for a fact because we've been doing it for years. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be something you shouldn't focus on, but this is the type of business that keeps your store open year-round. Not necessarily just from finance perspectives, meaning from income, but really, this is truly a product that customers still buy in a store. This is truly that. If you look at just our markets, anywhere you're at, doesn't matter where you're at in the country, if you drive down any street, you will see an insurance agency. And it says auto and it says home, right? Maybe it says life. But if you drive around, you're not seeing an agency that just says health. You're not seeing one that just says life. I mean, you may run into one occasionally, but I mean, think about all of the major competitors in this market, in any market, the State Farms, the Prudentials, the Allstates, the Farmers, the list could go on here, but these are all national brands that have national presence, and they know what they're doing. You see, when I looked at the model to add insurance into our business, I looked around to see who was doing something and what they were doing right. And I found a lot of mom and pops were really doing this similar model, but just not executing at a high level. They had no systems and processes in place. And in most cases, the mom and pops that are very successful in property and casualty or auto, home, and commercial are really sole proprietorships where literally you meet mom and pa, and if those guys are sick or not there, then business doesn't occur. So I thought, what a great concept that they have, but yet they're so restricted to growth. So putting this into the stores meant that we'd have to find a way to develop a system that you could use so that you didn't have to be there as owners or managers, because in some cases, even if you're not the owner or the franchisee, you're the manager of a store and you think, well, I got to be there all the time to make things happen. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that either. I used to believe that we had to keep people there all day, same person, don't change them because, well, the customer experience would be lost. But really, it's not that way if you have a system that they can follow. And we're going to cover that system today. Now, when I looked at everybody else, especially the big players in the market, I thought, well, if they're doing it, there must be some money in this. And lo and behold, there is. I found money in this business. We found some money. And again, this is a business that's so service-oriented that the customers actually come to you and come into your office and want to make payments and want to interact with you, that this just makes sense because this is how you keep year-round employees. If we look at life and health insurance, you don't traditionally need a brick-and-mortar store to do those things. You can actually go to somebody's house and make sales. In fact, Raul just left here to go to somebody's house to close a deal. That deal is going to make way more money than any auto or home policy will ever make. Just so you know, it'll take us 2 years to get the amount of money out of a customer that we would have gotten in just one life insurance sale. I know that for a fact, but the challenge is you only get that deal one time with a customer in life insurance. In auto insurance, even though it takes me about 2 years to get that money, at least it's coming and it's coming and it's coming. It's building and it's building and it's building so that eventually this is just becomes a water faucet, if you will, that just trickles out money. And this money isn't to be rich. I mean, although that's probably part of the goal, it's to keep people year-round, to be able to support our businesses, to not have to worry about rents all the time, or payroll, or utilities, to really see some genuine, real benefit to tax season revenue, because we get it and get to keep it. I've focused on this for the last 5 years, or 4 years really, in the property and casualty business, because we knew that that was the future of our organization. We have invested tremendous amounts of time, energy, and resources into developing this, and it really truly has been a trial and error. This is not an easy game to do alone. And that's why we're so thankful for you guys to be our partners here. But I'm telling you, from so much experience so far, we've lost so many times in this business because we did the wrong things. We marketed to the wrong customer. We invested in the wrong marketing material. We aligned ourselves with the wrong carriers or the insurance companies. We did everything wrong for a long time. And in still some respects, we still are doing things wrong, because we're not achieving the level of success that I believe we deserve to have. And we're going to continue to do trial and error in our stores so that when it gets to your stores, it's perfected. That's our investment on our end. So our store managers, the people that support our stores and that we support in our stores, and I'm talking about from my personal stores, will continue to be our guinea pigs for you, if you will. We'll continue to focus on what we can do to grow and invest in, so that when it gets to you, it's a developed and great proven product. So today we're going to go through a lot. Again, we're going to open up the fire hose. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give away some things, but we're going to give you more value than you probably came to get. And I want you to know that the gentleman who's going to come up here and give you all this insight, just like the other two directors that came before him, have really taken an initiative to really put time, energy, into developing this whole program. To give you a little bit of a disclaimer, all my directors weren't in the business before we got into it. So besides Raul, and Raul wasn't achieving the success he is seeing today until he joined us. Now, that means they literally have learned everything from the bottom up, which means they understand things. What I like to tell people is we didn't hire people with a tremendous amount of experience, because what really happens is people come with bad habits. We've known that for a fact. In the tax business, somebody comes and says, I've been working at a mom and pop for the last 20 years. Hire me. I'm the best. And then you hire them, and all they know how to do is fraud. And they think it's the right way. They think it's right. We've hired people from H&R Block say, I've been at H&R Block for 15 years. We hire them. They come into our offices, and they don't know anything about taxes. I'm thinking, if I'm gonna look out and seek people that we want to recruit and to retain, then I'm just gonna find people who don't know anything. They're easier to train. Yeah. Right. They're easier to train, and it's been that way. And so George has really trained himself and me, and in a lot of honesty, I don't know a lot about a lot of the things that we do in our business, at least from products perspective. I'm not an expert at all that. I just know how to run a business, and that's really it. And I think I do a decent job most days. I don't know if they'd agree with that, but most days. I have my days just like everybody else. But I would tell you that I really believe in George and all the things he's done for you guys. And if you went to some of his breakout sessions today and yesterday, you can see the passion and enthusiasm that he has for what he's doing here to help you grow.